we are again. And this is what 15 below looks like. Going to work, my stress-free ride in the morning. Look at this. Everything is crystallized here. But the good news is, supposedly, this is going to be over pretty soon. I don't mind the cold weather, but I got to tell you this was even a little much for me this year, and just about everybody I know. Extremely cold. Well, I might as well say something about Chernobyl while I have this screen on. Now, this weekend, I saw a great documentary on YouTube called The Sarcophagus of Chernobyl, where these scientists actually have been going into the cavity of the reactor that melted down, which is still melted today. And it was pretty good because there was some stuff that I didn't actually know. They did show the liquidators, the team of army people, military people that would go into to the radioactive areas and remove debris and other things. And they would time them. They could only go in for like 1 minute and a couple seconds. And they would run in there, do whatever, grab 3 bricks, throw it over, and then run back. That was their exposure time. That was it. They're all dead. And you know, 2 things I did kind of interest me a lot that I didn't know is, you know, you'd think a lot of these people would die from radiation poisoning, cancers, and all this strange shit, but the majority of these people actually died from heart attacks and strokes, which is very crazy. But at the same time, they did record significant chromosome damage to their DNA. I know that. But anyway, the scientists were happy that they had found 80%, I didn't know this, they had found 80% of the melted core. And what happened is there was a sand filler around the outside walls of the containment, and when that melted down, it melted through the cement. It was so hot. But then the sand poured out of the walls and onto the melted core, which probably would have exploded again. But what happened is the sand turned to ice and it encapsulated the molten core, and it just turned to glass, and they got pictures of it on this sarcophagus. It's called the Chernobyl sarcophagus. It's about 45 minutes. It's really good. I got it off YouTube. It's a couple different sites it's on. But they didn't find 20% of it. They found 80% of it. 20% still missing. Now in the year 2000, that's when they had like 8 reactors there. They still had a couple going until the year 2000. That's when they were exploring the reactor that had melted down. I think it was number 5, what had melted down. They had been exploring that during that time. They ran out of money, so they don't do it anymore. Now, right now, they're building this huge dome that's going to encapsulate the whole thing again. But once again, they still haven't found 20%. Look at this. This is pretty cool. I don't know if I can see this, but they haven't found 20% of the melted core. And now they're finding, oops, I saw that at the very end of it, the one scientist was left. The rest of them had heart attacks, strokes, all kinds of stuff. It was really crazy. And he had some kind of stuff with his eyes, and his chromosome damage was intense. And this is, you know, this is 25 years later, right? And they're finding pieces of the melted core now has huge holes in it, because it's still really fucking hot, and it's really radioactive, man, really radioactive. They still can't get near it. And they're saying 300-400 years before they can even get close enough to inspect it and even try to find the lost 20%. But what they're saying, they have to build this dome over this thing quick. And it's really interesting how they're doing this. You can look it up for yourself. But it's really incredibly interesting because they're saying that if moisture or water gets down in there into this encapsulated melted core that's in the glass, that the sand turned to glass, that the hydrogen extracted from the water could cause another explosion that could kind of awaken the melted core. That's still, they haven't found the 20% they still haven't found. That could be down there molten right now. Nobody knows, which is crazy. That's Chernobyl. It's still going on. So they don't know. I know that it's a death race to get this huge. This engineering feat. It's on par with the Great Pyramids. That's how great this engineering feat is to get this thing covered up. So you know, there's not just that cover up, there's another cover up going on because nobody talks about it. You don't hear about it. You have to go to some brave Russian channels and kind of get their perspective. These guys are going real close to that damn radioactive thing. Anyway, scenery on the way to work. My thoughts about Chernobyl, which is still going on. You need to watch out and learn. Duck out.